Previously on Coupled with Chaos personal podcast.
I got Holden his favorite chocolate advent calendar from Trader Joe's, because of all the ones I got over the years, sometimes the kids were like, oh, this one was crappy. This one tasted like soap. Where did you buy this? When we were poor, I'd get them at Dollar Tree.
You broke
As
me.
the years went on, we progressed to Trader Joe's, and then they were like, this chocolate's fabulous. This is the best calendar ever. Get this one.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Coupled with Chaos. Some reality show, and they were doing one of the housewife shows, and they were doing water aerobics. And I thought, maybe I could try that, because the whole point of that is it takes the weight and pressure off your joints. So when you have bad knees, like, you can exercise, you get the resistance of the water, and you actually can burn calories.
Sure.
But it takes all the strain off your joints. So I thought maybe I would try looking something up for the summer that I could do in the pool on the TV.
That'd be good. We could do that. That's what Aiden Hutchinson's doing, so he can make it back for the Super Bowl for the Lions. So if it works for Aiden Hutchinson, maybe it'll work for you.
But I canceled Beachbody.
So that's it.
I have to find something.
That's it. You get one of those. I've seen them all over TV. If you set them in front of your chair, and it has pedals on it.
Stop.
And you just pedal your feet, and then you can go.
You're killing me.
That'd be your exercise. It's what you can't tell is, because you're not here, is our bedroom smells like, what does it smell like?
Vapo steam.
Vapo steam. So if you hear a hum in the background, that is the vaporizer, because one of us is not well.
Yeah.
And it's not me. I'm just my normal scratchy coffee snory self.
Mm-hmm.
One of us in the room, who is not a dog, is not feeling so well.
Yeah.
I did go to Walmart today to get Vapo Steam. Now, we don't get real Vapo Steam.
Right. No Vicks.
Because
It's too expensive.
I didn't look at the price. I just knew that, I knew that I was leaving there with Vapo Steam of some kind. If they didn't have store brand, I would have left with the Vicks brand.
Oh, please don't.
It's probably, what, is it, you think it's $3 more?
It's probably more than that. I think it's
It was 7 something for
somewhere between $10 and $11, somewhere around there.
The Equate bottle was 7 something.
Yeah.
And for me, when I go into these stores, the victory. What is the victory for me when I go into a store to get something?
That you can find what you're supposed to get, and it's the right thing.
So I went in, and I was driving by it because I was out doing some Christmas shopping for you and out and about, and you said you needed it. I said, I'll be over in that area, and I will stop and get it. I went in. I knew where it would be. I have to tell you, though, before I found it, I'm standing in front of the allergy aisle. I see Vapo Rub, Vapo Powder, Vapo whatever, everything that Vapo, but I don't see it. I actually began to install the Walmart app because I wanted, then it would tell me where it is. This is a prelude to another story. But before I got there, I said, I'm going to look around some more, because I had the epiphany that if I would be getting Vapo Steam, that I would get it I would find it near a vaporizer. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see any vaporizers there.
They're in the pharmacy area.
Well, I was in the pharmacy area, but it was over in the corner. And so I said, I think there's too many little bottles of stuff here. That I can't make heads or tails out of it. DM, DX, XX. Yeah,
it's actually over in the section where, like, the blood pressure monitors and stuff are. Like,
I don't know. It was in the same aisle, but these aisles go, and then they have stuff against the wall that is just out of, and then you open it up.
That's an odd store,
and
that
it
particular
beeps.
one.
So I went over there and I saw vaporizers. Sure enough, I found it. I'm like,
the weird thing about that store
top
is
of the
that
world.
The pharmacy is in the middle of the store. So it makes the aisles awkward because they are interrupted by the pharmacy being located in the center of the store, as opposed to at other stores, the pharmacy's always, inlaid in a wall.
Yeah.
On the perimeter of the store. And so all the aisles are normal in front of it. So, yeah.
I'll admit that this is a mess. I'm out. This is Saturday. When's like Christmas? Tomorrow? Or the day after?
It's Wednesday.
Okay, it's like tomorrow. So it's late for me to go out. Not too late. This is about when I normally go out. But I went out Christmas shopping. But I did need to find some things for your stocking, right?
Yeah, and this is the time of year where you always wait until the last weekend,
Not always.
sometimes Christmas Eve. And you do all the shopping at one time, and you're only going a limited number of places. And so you may be looking for something specific. If you don't find it, then this will do.
That's still not it. Last year I did more Amazon shopping.
I thought that's what you would
in
do
advance.
because you've been kind of busy.
Yeah, it's been a bit crazy around here. But as I'm going around looking at stuff, you're showing up with more and more stuff that like would have been on my list.
Like what?
Oh, I don't want to even get into it. We won't get into the details. But it's like, well...
The only thing I got myself was a pair of gloves at the Stars game.
And some Dallas Stars socks.
I didn't buy any socks.
I thought you said you did get socks.
No, I said I didn't. I sent you a picture. I was at the outlet, and there was a sports store in there. It was, you asked me where I was. I said in Rally House.
I get it.
At the outlet.
I get it.
I said, but I didn't buy any. I said that.
I thought in the later text you said you did.
No,
That's
I did
fine.
not.
That doesn't matter. This is not the point of the story. The point of the story is I was at Walmart I would say the Saturday before Christmas is a big deal.
Yeah, because you said to me you're taking all my ideas. I said, well, I haven't bought any of these things.
It's hard to tell what you're buying. So I'm in Walmart at this point, but the whole point of the trip was to get VapoSteam. But I needed to go over to the food area because I needed to get some stuff for your stocking. So as I'm leaving, I shoot you a text and go, all right, success on the VapoSteam. Is there anything else? And this is like famous last words. Then you said, why, yes. And what was it? It was two things.
Lime juice and cashew milk.
Cashew milk is good.
Because our store doesn't have it.
I can find this because they're in freezer doors or refrigerator doors. So that's pretty good. I got to the cashew milk.
I find it bizarre, as an aside, that every Walmart in town carries the unsweetened silk cashew milk, except for our Walmart. Mm-hmm. They used to carry it. They discontinued it at only our store. This is annoying. So when I order groceries, I have to order from a store farther away for delivery just so I can get cashew milk.
Or somebody has to go and get your cashew milk.
Yeah.
What's the difference between cashew milk, and don't tell me it's the nut, between cashew milk and almond milk? To me, they're the same.
Well, they're made the same way. They grind up the...
What's the difference? Why can't we use almonds? Why can't we have almond milk instead of
Because
cashew milk?
almond milk tastes like almonds. It even, in the bottom of the carton, has like brown residue of the ground nuts.
You shouldn't drink anything.
And if you put it in tea, it makes your tea taste like almonds. I don't want nuts in my tea.
That's... I now have a good title for the episode. I always look for titles for the episode, and now I don't even think I can use them.
And on top of that, if you cook
I snorted
with it as a replacement for milk, say you're making custard, like English bird's custard, and you substitute the milk with almond milk, it's thin like water. And your custard will be thin like water. It will never thicken. And it's disgusting.
Happens to me all the time.
It does not have any texture. And it tastes like almonds. But if you use cashew milk, it's thick and creamy like whole milk. And you can cook with it and bake with it, and it has the same texture as milk. So you can make custard out of cashew milk, and it will be thick like custard is supposed to be. You cannot do this with almond milk.
I hear you talking.
Yes.
But at this point, my ADHD is kicked in, and I go, I don't know the difference anymore. Other than it's thicker. This is really the answer. I can use cashew milk for cooking. I can't use almond milk for cooking.
It also has less calories, and it has like twice the calcium of milk.
So this is just better.
Yes. And it's like 25 calories a cup.
Made by...
So I use it in my tea, and I eat my cereal with it.
It is made by the same company you buy that makes the almond milk.
Yes. Silk.
It's not like they don't have the other.
The thing about it is, a lot of companies make almond milk. A lot of store brands make almond milk. Nobody makes cashew milk but Silk.
I would like you to research the effort involved in cashews.
Extensive, because it's not actually a nut.
We are not farmers.
It's the stem of a fruit.
I'd like to make this clear. I am not a farmer. I am not an agriculture expert.
This is why people who are allergic to tree nuts can have cashews, because it's not a tree nut.
We are not also medical professionals. Right. Please consult your doctor, those of you with nut allergies, before you consume cashews.
But it is not a tree nut.
So the event here is that I'm like, yay, milk. I know where this is. It was a little hard because the door covered where it said cashew, and so I panicked a bit when I saw all the almond, but I saw it sitting by itself, so I got it, and so I was really happy about that. Then I needed to get the lime juice, and this turned into a bit of a fiasco, because at this point I'm probably now in Walmart for a good 30 minutes by the time this is done. I can get in and out of Walmart in like 5 if I know what I'm getting. But the lime juice, so I think, where would be the lime juice? I said, so I did text you at this point, and you pulled it up in the app, and you said I've got it, it's J29. 28. So I'm in all the A's. I said, this is odd because all the food are all in A aisles. They're all A's. Every one of them is
and
A's.
I said, well, at this other store, it is A28, but this store says it's in J28.
A28 has got liquor in it. Mm-hmm. And this one.
You were trying to tell me, well, J is cleaners.
It was. So as I'm walking down the J aisle, this is the order of the J aisles. J2, J3, J4, J5. And it goes all the way up to by J27, I'm in dog food. So I've made it from food, past the cleaners, laundry detergent, dog toys, litter. I'm at big bags of dog food. And you know that store. I'm now, the dog food butts up against the electronics. Like, this seems like an odd way to be traveling for lime juice. So I'm walking around the store. I go back down.
And you're texting me and trying to convince me that I have the aisle wrong.
Well, it turns out you don't have that aisle. I went back to A29. I went to condiments. I went to baking. I went to cooking. So I sent you a
screenshot and showed you that store, and it said J28.
So it turns out that J28, and you know this store, no one else will, obviously. Yeah. You know where the milk is in that store?
Mm-hmm. All the way at the back.
If you go to where the milk is in the back and keep just touching the wall and going left, and you'll make the corner, that's row J28.
Oh, what a strange place for
J28 is right across from aisle J5. Not anywhere near J27.
They recently, well, I would say maybe a little over a year ago, in the summer last year, they rearranged this entire store. And it was, let me tell you, a hot mess, because they did not move any of the hanging from the ceiling aisle signs that tell you what is where.
You know what I need?
While they were moving the aisles around. And they shifted the aisles around to put new flooring in. So sections were pushed up together. The aisles were so narrow in parts of the store that you could only have a cart going one direction. And people would get stuck. And none of the labels of what's on what aisle matched with what was actually there, because they kept shifting the aisles to put new flooring in. It was a mess.
The other aisles have this round placard. It says A14. J5, and they're big and they're blue. J28 has a placard almost like taped to the wall, and it's the size of your phone. And so you look at it and you go, there's J28, and they have stuff stuck up. So, you know, people our size, you can't see it. All you can see is it says J.
It's a regular thing for me to have people taller than me get stuff off the top shelf for me at Walmart.
Yeah, I get it.
I cannot get stuff off the
top shelf. But the longer I'm there, the busier it gets. And they evidently, the Walmart union must not allow people to stock at night, because everybody's stocking stuff and everybody's lost, and it was a hot mess. But when I found it, I was pretty happy. But
what I find annoying is during the day, the Walmart shoppers that go around beep, beep, beep with a cart, putting stuff in crates for people that have ordered groceries for pickup or delivery. These people are annoying because they have multiple orders in plastic crates stacked up on like a rolling cart. And sometimes they're really big and they have little sticky tags on the outside with like a QR code for each one. So they scan like the person's sticker for their order and scan the item and drop it in that section. This is how they mess up people's orders all the time, giving people each other stuff.
They just drop it in the wrong one.
Drop it in the wrong bin. And their carts sometimes are so big and they park them in the middle of the aisle. Catty-cornered, skew-whiff, just a complete mess. And so you're in there actually trying to shop in the store, and you can't see half the stuff. And they might be halfway down the aisle looking for something, and they leave the thing blocking half of the food on the shelves. It's annoying.
So what I did is I would come across, and it would be nobody near it. I would take them out of the aisle because there'd be somebody standing next to it, blocking, so I couldn't get through. I literally would take it out and put it in the main aisle. And then I would go,
Oh, it's so annoying.
And then I would go down the aisle. Because the person wasn't going to let me through because they were there, probably a husband doing the same thing, lost, looking for. I should have told him where the lime juice was.
And plus, there's people, with shopping carts trying to get by. And so it literally creates a logjam.
Yeah.
Because of these carts they leave just haphazardly in the middle of the aisle.
Gridlock.
And they don't even try to move when they see people trying to get around.
I wanted to tell the guy.
It's very annoying.
J28. I just want to be around. Everybody knows J28's over here. Just in case anybody knows. So there's that. We're going to complain about more stuff on the rest of this episode. Stick around.
Thank you for listening.
You can listen to the rest of this episode
by subscribing to our Coupled with Chaos channel on Apple.
By subscribing to our Patreon.
Or by subscribing to our Supercast
for $3.99 a month,
where you can hear us talk about reality shows,
real life, and more on our podcasts,
covering shows airing on TLC, A&E, Bravo, and the WE Network.
Just follow the instructions in the show notes.
Tell your friends about this podcast.
And rate and review us on your favorite podcast player.
Follow us at Coupled with Chaos on all the socials.
Or contact us directly by email at coupledwithchaos@gmail.com.